Mike?
Here.
John?
Here.
Jennifer?
Here.
Don?
Here.
Okay.
And did everybody get a chance to read the minutes of the last meeting?
Yes.
Any additions, corrections?
The only thing I would add or correct, I saw that from the public participation, it said that there were notes attached and I didn't see the attached notes. So either to attach the notes or to summarize the main point of the second participant. I'm trying to think what his name was. It was a copy of the deed.
Yeah, it just said on the minutes, it just said that the notes, public participation notes were attached to the minutes. Now, apparently, they're in the file, but we didn't get. a
So we
chance
didn't get to see that part.
Get a chance
Okay.
to see it.
I got mine.
You got an attachment with yours?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I didn't get an attachment with mine.
Yes, and I did look it through and I didn't see anything wrong with
Okay.
it.
When was the last time you checked? Maybe she faked, maybe it didn't come out and she didn't.
I checked at 4:30 today
Oh.
again.
I can have her tomorrow
Yeah.
send out.
Yeah, I got the minutes, but I didn't
You
get
just need the attachment.
public participation
Yeah.
attachment that.
I'll see if
had
she
my
can't do
notes.
that tomorrow.
I had trouble opening it, but I did get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the minutes and the
I've been
agenda.
having trouble opening mine.
All
I
right.
have to send it to my wife's email, she sent it back to me.
Does that mean she physically scanned all those notes?
Yeah,
I'd have to ask her, I don't know.
yeah, I think it was a PDF.
Yeah.
And in that case, can I have a motion to approve the minutes portion and wait to see the other?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes outside of the public participation session.
A second.
Thank you.
Ready? Jennifer?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Mike?
Abstain? Yep, wrong one.
And Don?
Yes. And Marge is in Seattle this week, so, and next month too, in fact. Do I have a motion to excuse her?
So moved.
A second.
Thank you.
Ready?
Oh,
Mike?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Don?
yes.
Okay, public participation?
I still haven't found a folder that I thought I left in this corner. If anybody finds it, it's mine. If not, it's all in my head.
Is it just a vanilla folder?
No, it was a Husky when it had a picture of the old school on it. It was, well, that's okay. If it's found, it's found. If it's not, it's okay too. Tonight, I would just like to not necessarily mention the old school, although I think the old school trumps in this discussion. I'm extremely disappointed as I review all the past meetings that this process of considering the demolition permit started in midstream, not at step one. And from what I read in the October minutes, in the morning minutes, the meeting that was held with Mr. Scavidi and the mayor and several members, yeah, there was an urgency. I sensed an urgency, get this done. And if the ARB couldn't make the decision, forward it to council. Council will do it. Well, council has no more authority to jump in the middle of anything or to the end and finalize it. So I just want to bring to your attention that information that I've researched. Number one, the charter provides, 708, the Planning Commission shall have all powers to consider location, vacation of public buildings. I not seen anything in the minutes where they even considered it or discussed it. That being a public building and vacating it, would logically be something the Planning Commission should review and recommend. I would imagine that before the Planning Commission considered it, there had to be some initiation by somebody that either the building should come down or the building, for whatever reason. But I think it should have been initiated at the Planning Commission. And I think when I found out something yesterday that kind of confirms that for me, is that there was an ordinance, 69, 2013, just recently, was for an improvement of a public building, which was the Wilcox School. And the ordinance cites the 1147 of the code, which is public buildings. The Planning Commission recommended expanding the Wilcox School because it was a public building, which meant that indeed they were the first line of discussion. Here, that didn't happen, and it definitely is vacating a building. Another thing that concerns me is that when we say all powers, I consider that all power. And if you continue further in the law, which controls us after the charter, then we go into state law, it says the powers and duties of the Planning Commission. They shall make the maps and they shall make the plans. I understand there was a discussion about some sort of conceptual plan presented. Conceptual plans are not plans. They are just exactly that, conceptual. Until the Planning Commission recommends a plan, it's not official for anybody to consider. Because if you tore the building down and then the conceptual plan said, well, we changed our mind. So conceptual plan is not valid for any sort of consideration for demolishing the building or any other consideration. Planning Commission should review first, decide what's to be done, and go from there. It also goes on to say that such maps and plans shall show the Commission's recommendation for the location characteristics, for the general location of public buildings and other public property. That's the rule and that's the law for planning powers and duties. The general location and extent of public utilities and other purposes, and the removal, relocation, vacating, abandonment of such public ways and public buildings and public property. Again, Planning Commission should be looking at vacating it, and that plan should have the vacation of that in there. It also states that the Commission may control, now may, I realize is not shall, but may control, but if there's all power for them and there's no power for anybody else, somebody has to take control to preserve and care for the historical landmarks, control in the manner provided by the ordinance, which would be the charter, the design and the location of statuary and other works of art. There's works of art in that building. There's paraphernalia in there. There were inventories in there. And from what I understand, no one was in control of those. It seems logical that if the Planning Commission recommends vacating it, they would be responsible to lock it up and make sure that it's safe until such time as proper procedure. That's another one of my concerns. Okay, I guess that's it.
Because your 5 minutes are up.
Is my 5 minutes up? Good, okay.
So good timing.
Timing is perfect.
Okay, thank you.
And I might say, I don't know if anybody has this or not, this is the greatest book in the world.
Okay.
Greatest book in the world. It gives you all kinds of ideas and kind of supports ideas that you might have.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, I have some. Pete McCrockles, 9044 Gettysburg Drive, Twinsburg. Point Mrs. Gaydosh raised about the charter, and the Planning Commission is supposed to get this stuff first. That point has been raised at the city administration. I just happen to believe that the Planning Commission should have got it first. That's the first point. The second point, when you talk about the schools, I don't know if you remember my DS now, 30 plus years ago, that there was some complaint or discussion by members of the school board at the time that City Planning Commission really didn't have authority over school buildings. Now, that came to nothing. But there was the opinion by some school board members all those years ago that since they're part of the state, they have the right to supersede anything we do here. I didn't agree with it. I don't know if you even remember it.
Yeah, I remember that, and it's, the map includes the public facility in our city.
Right.
And that's where the control comes from, the planning commission. I believe they can control the map. They can't control the design of the building. They can't control the size of but they do control, that goes to show you just this past year, or this past summer, I think it was Ordinance 69, 2013, where they approved the expansion of the Wilcox School. So that goes to show that this school board believes that you do go to the planning commission.
Right.
So,
But, okay, yeah, those were the 2 points I wanted to make. One, that
Yeah.
issue about whether the planning commission gets first or not was raised with the administration, that there was a difference between that and the school
and that takes us to the C5.
Okay, wait a minute. You're gonna have to owe me about 2.5 minutes next time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be answering you probably.
But, yeah, I just want to make sure that those 2 points were raised about that, and that's about it. Okay, I'm done.
Anyone else?
Anyone else? Okay, thank you.